G'day mates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to talk about the balance changes we got in yesterday's update to the AR pool. So how the pulse rifles and AKs got ridiculous buffs and why you need to start trying them out, because right now the ranking for different ARs has completely changed. So I'm going to run through which AR should you be running, whether it be solos, trios, competitive, whether you're on mouse and keyboard, controller, what role you are in the trio. I'm going to break down which is going to be the best AR for you because it has changed a lot. Also, I want to talk about the Parasite and why it is one of the most broken things we've ever seen in Fortnite. I'm not just clickbaiting that. I guarantee you if you start abusing the Parasite, I'm going to explain why later in the video, your win rate, especially in tournaments, will go up so much. This is going to have to be either nerfed or vaulted very, very soon. I'm not going to try and say it's like the mech or it's like swords, but this thing is absolutely broken and you need to start abusing it. Also, I'll give you a quick run through of the new skin cup that got added, the Cammy or Cammy cup. It's basically a Street Fighter skin. It's a duos cup. I'll tell you everything you need to know about that. And at the end of today's video, I want to break down what is going on with BBG. Why have all of the players left? Is it a troll? Is it real? Are they rejoining? What's going on with Bucky at the moment? I'm going to cover all that. Let's start off with talking about the changes to the assault rifles. Now, one of the biggest things about this is we know because we got patch notes. Epic is giving us patch notes again. Thank you so much for this, Epic. I cannot make a big enough deal about this. Instead of me going into games, having to find old footage of me using a gun to test it with the current gun to figure out what's changed, we now actually know. So if you go to the link that I'll put in the description down below, it has all the patch notes. There wasn't that much, but there was two major changes. IORND has paid off. The pulse rifle now does more damage when aiming down sights. It is literally the Stark rifle again now. This gun is so good. I played Arena for about 8 or 9 hours today. So when you guys think, what am I talking about when I'm talking about these buffs? I tried them out extensively. It is insane. I'm pretty sure the Mythic AR, so the Mythic Sloan's pulse rifle, now does 85 damage headshots. 85 damage headshots. That is 170 damage if you dink someone twice. You know how broken that is. The blue ones still do a ridiculous amount of damage as well. I picked up a purple pulse rifle today at Slurpee out of the chest. I hit a guy in the body twice ADSing and he died. I hit a 55 twice to the body. It is insane. So you still have the same ability to then when you hit fire to shoot faster, but it does less damage, just like the Stark rifle. But then when you aim down sights, it gets a damage multiplier. It is amazing. I love this assault rifle now. This is 100% my favorite assault rifle again now. It just has that ability to change up your playstyle. The only issue is going to be in competitive. Do I recommend 3 of you run it? No. If you're playing competitive trios, 1 player should definitely run this for surge tags, whoever's got the best long range assault rifle aim on your team. If you're playing arena, I would, it's more of a preference thing. Some people still prefer scars, some people still prefer burst rifles, but overall for me, I absolutely love it. The only downside being the 16 clip magazine, and that's why I would not recommend 3 of you running it in competitive, because when it comes to end game and pressuring walls and spraying walls, it just doesn't have a fast enough rate of fire and it doesn't have a big enough clip size. So even though you can hip fire it and then be able to spray walls with only 16 bullets compared to 30 in a regular AR, it just doesn't quite cut it. But for arena, for solos, and for getting storm surge, it is a must have. If you have a drop spot that has IO chest or you find one of these, at least have 1 player on your team run it. Now, the AK, the heavy assault rifle, now deals increased damage, has a slightly reduced fire rate, and for the first few shots has a higher accuracy than before. I love this. The AK is actually viable again. So what that means is it does increased damage, obviously, low fire rate, but the main one there, the first few shots have a higher accuracy. And what does that mean? Less bloom. As you guys know, I always make jokes about it. With the AK before this buff, you shoot twice and your crosshair is the width of the whole screen and you're just praying to Donald Mustard that you hit a single shot. Seriously, there was like almost no skill in the AK when you held it down more than first shot accuracy. Also, I was testing it today. It now looks like the AK has faster reset on first shot accuracy as well. So not only is it more accurate for the first few shots, if you click once, it'll take less time to get your first shot accuracy back, which means when your first shot has no bloom, which when you're trying to tag someone out of the sky at distance or you're going for long range tags for storm surge, it is so much stronger again. So where do the ARs stand for me? Now, this is my personal preference. I prefer pulse rifle and regular AR on the same level now, just because it depends how I want to play. If I want to pressure walls and spray more, if I want to be able to get more tags at range, or if I feel like I'm going to beam people out of the sky, then for me it goes AK, then burst rifle. Now, that's just because I'm not good with a burst rifle. Don't take that as your 100%. That's what you should run, especially for controller players. The burst rifle does have phenomenal damage output, especially in the box. But for me, I'm just not comfortable using a burst rifle and a pump, and I run pumps over tac. So for me, that's the reason why I rule out burst rifle. The AK buff is very good. If I find an AK now, I don't feel like, oh man, I gotta run the AK. It feels good, especially hip firing in the box. The slower fire rate, but the extra accuracy on the first few shots means hip firing in the box, you can do some insane damage really quickly. I'm talking pump for 150, insta AK headshot. It does so much. So it really is a phenomenal gun for you guys. Try it out. Give them a chance. The amount of times today I had kids come into my stream, why are you using pulse rifle? Why are you using pulse rifle? Why are you running AK? Side graded to the burst rifle. They have been buffed. Give them all a try and let me know in the comment section down below which ones you're preferring. But I love it. Epic has now gone out and done one of the things I've been asking for a few weeks now, or a few months. The AR meta right now, it sucked until this update. You would just run an AK or pulse rifle until you could find a regular AR or a burst, and then you drop them the second you could. I started running like gray pistols over blue and purple AKs. I'm not even kidding, they were that bad. So I'm really happy to see Epic make this change. It is one of the best balance changes I have seen in the game in quite a while. Now, as for the Parasite, I don't think this was actually buffed in the most recent update. It was actually buffed about a week or so ago. The Parasite now only takes 25 health off you. So instead of going down to 160 combined health, you go down to 175. That might not sound like a lot, but it was to what was already such a broken addition to the game. Hear me out. I am not kidding when I say the Parasite is up there for me with, like, I wouldn't say being as broken as like mechs and then the sword, but I'm talking right up there with one of the most broken additions to the game. And I 100% hope that Epic vaults this or fixes it in competitive. If you have a full trio with Parasites on their heads, they jump into a box with another full trio, they are going to win every time. There is literally no chance that team wins unless the 3 kids with Parasites miss every shot. Why? Because it blocks headshot damage. You might already know that, but it can block a gold spaz, a gold pump, point blank to the head. It will block it and you will take 0 damage. Sometimes it will not even do enough damage to completely kill the Parasite. So you have to shoot someone in the head with a shotgun twice before you can even start doing damage. I know you guys might say, oh, just aim for the body, but that is so unbelievably stupid. If you jump into a box, 3 of you with Parasites on, with pumps out, the other team has to hit you once in the head to get rid of the Parasite, once in the head again, and then probably have to follow up with an AR shot to finish you. You can just bop straight in their head and they can't do anything to stop it. Plus, you get a movement speed buff. It only takes away 25 health now, and you have a hop rock jumping effect. The jumping effect for me, if they got rid of that, would make it even more broken. One of the only reasons I don't like using the Parasite is because when I'm building, I feel awkward. I'm jumping, I'm trying to 90, it doesn't feel right. But to be able to take a 200 pump to the face and take 0 damage, it is so worth it. If you are not abusing these in tournaments, in competitive, you're doing something wrong. I guarantee you this is going to be the meta for winning. There's other pros picking up on this, like Benji Fishy, so it's not just me saying this. If you haven't seen pros abusing it, it's just because they're not talking about it. I guarantee they are. This is one of the most broken things in the game. So if you have a drop spot that has these, or you don't have a drop spot that has them, find somewhere where you can rotate into them. Because if you want to do well in FNCS, solo cash cups, trio cash cups, you're going to want to be able to get these almost every single game, and you're going to want to use them properly. It means trying to avoid taking stupid mid-game fights if you're playing in stack lobbies to make sure you have them on your head for endgame. Because when it comes to endgame and all you're doing is mostly tarping, the jumping effect doesn't matter that much, and there is no way anyone can win a trade on you. Someone's on your back tarp, open that edit, let them pump you in the face. It's not going to do anything, and then you finish them off and you win. It is so unbelievably broken, and I really, really hope Epic nerfs them or just gets them out of competitive entirely. I don't think they're skillful. I think they reduce a lot of skill of the game. Yes, they're a little bit different. They make it a bit fun, but I really think we're in one of the best competitive metas right now, and you don't need the Parasites in the game. They're just going to get more and more frustrating. I guarantee sometime in the next 2 weeks, if they don't get rid of them, you're going to get into a fight in a tournament and you're going to lose it purely because the enemy had a Parasite and you did it. Now, if you guys didn't see it, it just got added to the game and you didn't get a lot of heads up. You have the Cammy Cup, which is a duo cup for a Street Fighter skin, more notably the Cammy skin. It's in the game and it's taking place tomorrow by the time you watch this video, so you didn't get a lot of heads up. Check out Fortnite Tracker, check out the Compete tab to make sure it is tomorrow in your region. It kind of depends on time zones when you watch this video. It's a duos tournament and it's pretty much the exact same structure to every other skin cup we've seen at the moment. A win is 42 points. Each elimination is worth 1, so it is a complete placement fest. There is almost no point going for eliminations over placement here. If you want to get the skin, you have to rank at a top certain amount in each region. EU is 2,625th. NA East is 1,375th. There's the whole list. I'll put the link in the I'll put the link to the official rules down below in the description if you want to check, but nothing super crazy there. Unfortunately, I can't give you any crazy tactics. There is not some weird LTM. It's just regular duos. If you want to play, you have to be in opens division, so you have to just have any amount of arena points. Anyone can play. Looks like it's going to be a bit of fun, but I thought I'd let you guys know because there was a really short notice on this. It's taking place in like less than a day for most of you, so I thought I'd throw it in the video. Sorry, I don't have anything else to go off though. All right, so what's going on with BBG? If you guys don't know, BBG is built by gamers, one of the biggest orgs in Fortnite. They've got Kanata, Haz, Calc, Creo, Bucky. They've got seriously huge names, and it looks like all of them have just left. And why is that? It's kind of hard because we haven't got a lot of information. So I'll first off start by saying a lot of this is just my speculation and just my knowledge of the orgs and the players, and me usually having a pretty good guess of what's going on. I have no inside information. I haven't asked anyone. I wanted to give just what my honest predictions were for this video rather than trying to ask people then have to, you know, dodge around the topic. So as for everyone leaving, they've all tweeted it. My first inclination when it comes to BBG and my first guess would be it's a troll and they're doing it as a promotion. I could be wrong here, but I actually love the way BBG operates. I love when they do their player announcements and they let their players be very genuine to who they are, and it feels more like a Fortnite org ran by and for Fortnite. It's not like they're super regulated. They get to say and do what they want a lot more. Again, I know people wish orgs kind of cut, like, you know, they kind of got more serious with Fortnite players and they maybe tried to, you know, hold them to a higher standard, but I love the trailers by BBG and I love the BBG members are just able to say and do what they want in a lot of respects, and I think this would be such a BBG thing to do, to bait everyone into thinking your entire roster is left and then re-sign them. I could be completely wrong, but there's a few things that lead me to think this. A lot of the guys, if you check their Twitter bios, still say they're in BBG. Also, Kanata, their most recent signing, which was still quite a while ago, also hasn't made any tweet about leaving BBG. You have Calc tweeting out things like left at Built by Gamers sad face, which makes me think that it's not a deliberate choice. And he has another tweet saying, what's happening guys? Why are all my org mates leaving? I have questions. I'm being left in the dark. But all the BBG guys literally live in the BBG house together. There's no way they haven't talked about this or no one knows what's going on. Again, I'm not saying they're lying. I just think this would be a fun way to re-sign to the org. And a lot of these guys still bring a lot of value to BBG. Creo, for example, right now is placing in almost everything and is about to do a trio FNCS with Bucky and Clicks, the two biggest content creators and pros in Fortnite. That is so much exposure, and they only just missed out on qualifying into grand finals, so that means he's also still placing insanely highly. So unless they all just decided they didn't want to be in the org anymore, when I've heard them say nothing but good things about BBG, I can't really see this being the case, and they're currently all living together, like I said, in a zero ping house. So it'd be very difficult to then have to find new accommodation, have to move, have to change all this. I feel like there would have been more of a heads up than just, oh, we've dropped our whole roster. And then BBG tweeted out, guess we're looking for new Fortnite players, and yes, we have a zero ping house, which wouldn't make a lot of sense that they're shutting down. They're clearly not shutting down, and why would they sign other Fortnite players and pros when they have so many good pros already in their org which are happy? I don't know. I really hope that's what it is, because I don't want to see more orgs leaving Fortnite, and I don't want to see more players leaving good orgs when they're being treated well. As for Bucky, this situation is a bit interesting. I kind of hinted at yesterday in the video. A lot of people are trying to predict NRG Bucky. You know, they're just saying the timing just doesn't really add up with all the Fortnite guys go to LA. Bucky just happens to miss the Cash Cup because he's going camping. It makes a lot of sense, but I'm not the one to try and play spoiler. I'm not going to make a whole video going into that. I still want that to be exciting. I'm going to leave that as a question mark. I'm very, very excited to see what happens with Bucky and what happens in the future. Again, I have zero insider information. I'm just reading between the lines here, but it's an interesting situation. I really don't know what's going on, and I just wanted to give my thoughts on it because a lot of you guys have been asking. Alright guys, that does it for another video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please chuck a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on anything I talked about today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It would mean the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.